Paper towns full of paper people, paper streets, and Paper Mario. I think that would have been a really good movie. Paper Towns, the second book written by John Green to be made into a movie, the first being The Fault in Our Stars, and I really liked The Fault in Our Stars. I thought it was great. It was super emotional, and I thought it was just a really great movie. Now, Paper Towns, not as emotional, but I feel like it was funnier, and it definitely had a lot more. It's a funner movie. It's not something that I'm gonna get depressed when I watch, like Fault in Our Stars. They are different and both done well, and I really enjoyed Paper Towns. Paper Towns is based off a book which is written by John Green, who you may know as the guy who's in the Vlogbrothers. He's pretty popular. And he's also an executive producer on this film, which I was really excited to see, because you know when someone buys the rights to a book, they always just kind of forget the author, and they do a pretty poor job sometimes when doing the movie adaptation, and the author doesn't really get a voice. And I do feel like John Green had a pretty good voice in this film, being an executive producer. He was friends with the director, and I felt like this was a pretty good adaptation of the book. This movie is directed by Jake Schreier and stars Nat Wolff and Cara Delevingne. I don't know how you say your last name, I'm sorry. So in this movie, we follow the character of Quentin, played by Nat Wolff, and ever since his neighbor, Margot Ruth Spilgerman, played by Cara, whatever her name is, and ever since she moved in, Quentin has been madly in love with her, and you see in the movie that they have been childhood friends for a while, but once they get into middle school and high school, they kind of grow apart as childhood friends do. But Quentin is madly in love with Margot, and she is kind of a popular student, and he is not so much. He's kind of a band geek. So the paths don't really cross, and they don't talk to each other as much as they did as children. Until one night when Margot knocks on Quentin's window, and she has a plan to get some revenge on some of her friends. They go off and do their shenanigans, and Quentin's thinking, hey, I can rebuild this relationship. Maybe we could start going out. The love of my life. This is pretty good. And then the night ends, and the next day comes, and Margot disappeared. Now, this isn't super unusual. We find that Margot's character kind of runs away from home and has some crazy experiences every once in a while, and she leaves a few clues as to where she is. And so for the rest of the movie, we have Quentin and a few of his friends go and try to find Margot. Now, the plot of this is fairly similar to the book, and I read the book in preparation for the movie about 2 weeks ago, so it was really fresh in my brain. So the plot wasn't new to me that much, but it was still very interesting. The movie did some things different than it did in the book, and took some different turns than it did in the book, and I'm okay with that. The book is its own set of ideas, and it already exists, and it's already there. I don't want a movie that's based off of a book to be a complete carbon copy. One, because you can't, because a book is so much longer and has so much depth than a movie. And two, because it's the exact same thing. I don't want to see the exact same thing just on a movie. So I do like the changes that they did in this. Now, while most of them aren't really major, there's one or two that are pretty different and make the story go a little different, and I did like it. Overall, I thought the casting was great. Each character I thought was perfect for their role. Some of them I didn't know. Ben, who's one of Quentin's friend, I have no idea who he is, but I thought he was very good, while his character was kind of awkward, and some of the jokes didn't fall, where in the book they fell pretty good, and this they didn't hit as hard. And Radar, I didn't know who he was, but I thought was awesome in this film. I thought he was really good in this film. I want him to do more stuff, and I really liked it. So the characters were great, the casting was great, the plot was good. There were parts in the dialogue that I felt were kind of forced, because they were throwing a few lines in there from the book that were a little bit forced in my opinion, and there were some things in there that were from the book that weren't as developed in the movie, and I thought could just kind of be cut out entirely. Overall, I thought this was a great movie and a pretty good adaptation of the book, and overall, I would definitely recommend this movie to a friend. I'm not going to go out and buy this movie right away, but if it's in the bargain bin, I probably will buy it. Again, I feel like book and movie need to be different. I don't want a carbon copy of the same thing, because the book is its own thing and the movie is its own thing. I feel like if you make a movie based off a book, you need to pay homage to it, but also kind of do your own little thing, because you want some freedom as a director and an actor to kind of expand on what the book already has there. And I thought Paper Towns did a great job. So are you going to see Paper Towns, or are you not going to see Paper Towns? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below. And if you have seen it, go ahead and tell me what you thought. And give me some thoughts on Fault in Our Stars. I want to know what you think about that, because I really enjoyed that movie. So that is all, and I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you later.